We're talking Cloud City. Everyone's got it on the tip of their tongue. It's 2023. Get with the times. 1997 Decipher. Cloud City is hot. The kids like it. We like it. Everyone loves it. The box had 60 packs in it, just like Dagobah. Getting one of these, like if you saved up money when you're younger and got a 60-pack box, whoo, that was just the most fun you could ever have.
You look absolutely beautiful. You truly belong here with us among the clouds.
They have no rare ones, no rare twos, just like Dagobah. There's a 9-card pack, so it moved away from the 15-card pack. I honestly miss the rare ones, rare twos of Premier, New Hope, and Hoth. I know it's like, oh, you get so many crappy rare twos, but it felt so good to pull a rare one like a Veers or a Commander Luke or something great that you knew was extra rare. Cloud City falls right in the middle of the pack, I think, for collectors and players alike. You know, it's not the greatest set. It's not the worst set. It had a lot of issues like Dagobah where 7/8 of all the rares are not good at all. They're all interrupts and effects that really don't affect much in the game, are very niche. And I think that was a big complaint. And once they got to Jabba's Palace, replacing all the rares with characters, they shifted way too far in the other way probably. And then they hit Special Edition, which it was like, if we're going to make a card rare and it's an effect or an interrupt, it better do something, which is why we all love Special Edition and beyond. But as far as Cloud Cities goes, I'm just going to go over some of my things I don't like and some of the things I really like. So let's do it. Let's start off the list with what we don't like about Cloud City. We don't like Sabacc. Sorry if you like Sabacc. Unnecessary minigame. We talked about this in the Jabba's Palace video, but it doesn't hurt to go over it. This was the first time they added Sabacc. Why do we need another little minigame? We just got out of Asteroid Sanctuaries. We just got out of inserts.
There is one more way to kill a man, but it is as intricate and precise as a well-played game.
Sabacc.
Was that me or was that you?
And training, all these new rules, and now we got this card that you can't even play. You can't even play unless you have supplemental rules. It's confusing. It doesn't make any sense. And it turns out it can be really, really good. Game-breakingly good. Kind of another thing like, oh, here's another thing you got to look out for, like a gimmick deck. Don't like the Sabacc. Next thing, I like the card. The card is aesthetically pleasing. Boba Fett's blaster rifle. It's a freaking terrible card. 1 force to deploy on Boba Fett. Oh, okay. But all the lightsabers are free. 3 force on any bounty hunter, so basically you have to have bounty hunters to use it. A 1 destiny. May deploy as a react. That's pretty good. Targets using 2 force. Okay, targets using 2 force. It better be pretty freaking good. Oh, draw destiny. Character hit if destiny greater than ability? Wait. That's like a regular blaster rifle from Premier with a worse destiny, and it costs 1 more force to fire. Oh, here's the good part. You can fire repeatedly for 1 force. Oh, great. Now I can miss 5 times instead of 1 time. I'm not even sure the rules on repeating blasters. Maybe somebody can tell me. But I don't think you can target the same character more than once. So you can just target a bunch of characters. I really don't like it. It's not very good. It's unpractical. If you're fighting a whole bunch of Ability 1 troopers, maybe. But even then, it's a lot of force to use. It's just an expensive card. Next card. Oh, we got some good cards to go through. I love Cloud City. Fun set. Look at these. Look at this. I love the picture on Frozen Assets. Terrible card though. The concept is kind of, didn't they learn their lesson from Dagobah? I mean, maybe sure they didn't see all the playtesting through, like they didn't realize the full extent of how egregious inserts were, but the next thing we need is another insert type card. Deploy on top of opponent's force pile. Force below this card not be drawn or used. So basically it stops their whole force pile for a turn. Really is super powerful, but it even gets more powerful as more cards come out, like Strike Force and all these cards. It's just kind of a broken card. It's a not fun card. It's a manipulation card. Don't like that card. Next thing I don't like. I love the Point Man. I like looking at this card. I've actually used it in several decks to cancel Asteroid Sanctuary when we were playing in a Premier through Cloud City tournament. But the idea that I like the idea of cards that cancel other cards. I like it. But I really think they should be used. And Destiny 6. If it cancels a card, it should be Destiny 6 and used. A card that you specifically put in to cancel another card, that's just how I feel. It's just a little weak. Cool card. It's all right. I'm going to put it in the mediocre category. Now, here's one I really never liked that much. I could never read this for the life of me. And even when I did hold it up to a mirror, I'm still not sure what it does. All I know is it's not very good because you don't see it played. I like how Decipher does the gimmicks and the backwards, but having the text, I'm looking at it now. Deploy on 3PO. Eyes in the dark. The Professor. Something. Millennium Falcon. Hobbs. C3PO. I can't read it. Good thing it's terrible, so you don't need to read it. Anyway, next cards. Clouds. I like the idea of sectors. I like the unique rules about them. I'm in the middle of. I'm kind of in the middle with clouds. I don't like the movement aspect. I don't like how you can move, all the weird rules with sectors. It's like, you only can move, if there's 3 clouds down, you can only move 2 clouds, and then you have to stop, and then you have to go to the sector location in the Bespin, and starfighters are power maneuver -2 here, and blah, 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 blah. All these extra rules. I think they could have simplified it, but I do like the idea of having clouds and adding to force drains at the same planet location. Then again, clouds were kind of, you didn't really think about it because there wasn't really a counter to Dagobah clouds at the time because all these effects that came out in Special Edition and Resistance and Jabba's Palace that say you have to, your force drains are less if they're not at a battleground, weren't in the game yet. So when sets Premier through Cloud City were out, the Dagobah clouds was just almost unstoppable for light side because there's nothing you could do. Shocking information. I kind of like this card. And the other one for the dark side, I can't remember it now. I'll put it up on the screen. Opponent loses 4 force if they're scanning through your hand. I love it. Punishes, especially good for the light side because everybody loves their scanning crew. Everybody loves scanning crew and peeking around. So basically this is 4 scanning crew. There's a few other cards it counters too. And it hurts manipulation and stuff. I wish it would apply to Monarch too. I wish it would apply to Monarch. It kills the Milo Ulith lady from Premier. I find it super good. Like the card. I'm going to put it like probably 7 out of 10. Here's a card that's another. I put it in with the Sabacc and the Cloud category. We finally get Bounty. Bounties are cool. It's a cool idea. You get to finally capture their character and do something with it. But it's another one of those things. You kind of have to have the supplemental rules just to understand what's going on. If you played Premier through Dagobah and just had this card afterwards, you would have to read the new rules. I know every set, like Magic and all these, always add new things, but it just seems like all these extra things that are added to Star Wars CCGs are very, very complex, needlessly complex. I love the idea of Bounty. I love retrieving force, dropping them off at presents. But getting new people into the game, hell, I didn't know as a kid even I could never figure out how you transfer to a prison. Not until I started playing later on, I actually figured out how to use bounties. Next thing I'm indifferent about this. Not E3PO in general, Ichuta. Not E3PO in general, just cards like him in general. Cloud City had more characters, thank God, than Dagobah. Tons of effects as rares, interrupts and effects as rares, kind of stunk. But all the characters are kind of just weak. I'm not saying they're bad like some of the Premier characters or the New Hope characters, which are some of them are just downright garbage. Like the characters in Cloud City, they do a little something. All of them do a little something, but they're all still too weak to actually put in any competitive deck. Like E3PO, yeah, he's kind of like the dark side C3PO. You get power +1, and then he cancels a game text of another droid, but you still have to use a force. Why do you have to use a force? You're already using a whole card for him. I don't know. Don't really like the weakness of a lot of the characters. There are strong characters in the set. Here's a card that's interesting in the set. So Garrett won the Cloud City only tournament we hosted in Minneapolis, and he used about a few of these. I can't remember how many he used, but it was a really cool deck. He would relocate. It's basically, if you're fighting on Cloud City or say the Death Star, it's basically like Ellis Haralot for free before it got nerfed. So you can get out of battles. You can never battle anybody there. It's kind of a cool concept. Relocate one of your characters. I mean, it's only one of your characters, but you can basically dodge battles, dodge force drains. Kind of a cool card to manipulate. Oh, love this big boy. Trooper Assault. Finally, thank God, we can finally use troopers to do something. And it's not just something small. This sets the precedent for so many cool cards to come further. It's like, we have all these crappy troopers. You know what's good? How about a Destiny 5 used interrupt that makes them all power +2? It's completely sick card and immune to attrition. Incredible. Made so many decks. You can use it on Cloud City troopers. You can use it on Stormtroopers, Death Star troopers, Hoth troopers. Damn good card. Just you could make a trooper deck in Cloud City and not even have special edition and still make it work. But it just kept getting more powerful. Great card. Oh, another card. Love the Imperial Decree. Love the theme of this card. Great. Immune to Alter. Thank God. That should be on every effect. Cancels. Deploy on your side of the table when you control rebel bases, 2 rebel bases, including the planet Hoth and the planet Yavin. So this is great if you're running all space in this format. So I played in several different tournaments, and I would love running just the Hoth system and the Yavin 4 system because those count as rebel bases. And no more lightsaber drains and no more revolution gimmicks. Great card. Love themes like that. Deploys for free for Destiny. Another thing, I love this card too. So many cool effects starting to come out of Cloud City. Deploy on opponent's side of the table. You have to deploy a character every time or you lose 2 force unless you have more characters than the other opponent. Ability. The light side is, I forget the name of it. All my urchins. That's not it. I got to think of it now. It doesn't matter. It's Civil Disorder. There it is. It's great for kicking out people who are playing these manipulation decks. 2 force is big. I could even see it being 3 or more. Great starting of. You can't really start with it, but it's a cool card, cool concept, putting the game in the right direction. Same with this effect, Abyss and Chasm. I still run these to my detriment, but Abyss. When they're running Super Lukes and they're running 4 Super Lukes or they're running 5 Emperors and all these silly decks, and they draw their Destiny 6 Emperor and you have this on the table, bam, it just crushes them. Destiny 0, they lose 2 force. That can turn the tide of the whole battle. I honestly think it could be even more powerful. I think it should be lose 2, 3 force and lose the character at the end of the battle if he's in the battle. I don't think they went. I think you should go further because I like the idea of mains and toys, but having 4 or 5 in a deck it's like a counter to it. It's a counter to it. And you can't run mains yourself either. If you're running 3 Vaders too, you can't be playing this effect. So it's double-sided. It's double-sided, like the direction of the game. Great effects in Cloud City. Now let's get something out here. Oh, wow, I can't do. Anyway, like LEIA, great card. LEIA, cool card. These are just, I love the light side characters. LANDO, cool LANDO. Cool picture for LANDO. Great picture for LEIA. Love the LOBOT. Light side had some cool mains, quote-unquote mains, yeah. But they're not really viable. They're some of the worst versions. Like, that's not a very good princess. It really doesn't do anything, but it's a cool, I like the card itself. Leader, doesn't really do much. The other Leia is probably better because she's a spy. LANDO is incredibly weak, and is not, should have made him 4-3, come on. Add 4 to the power of the Falcon. What's it going to hurt? Lobot's pretty sick, though. I mean, he's power 4, basically, on Cloud City, and forfeit 5. And if you're running the Trooper deck, could be pretty good. Love the light side mains. You know what I like too? I like Dark Strike. Add 3 to your weapon destiny, or lose 1 force to cause an opponent's character just hit to be immediately lost. I think that's a pretty good trade-off. You lose 2 force, and their lost character and their hit character is lost. Could swing a battle. I think the destiny number is appropriate too. I like it when strong interrupts have low destiny. I think that's appropriately balanced. And then I like the light side version actually even more because I love running it with disruptor pistols, which don't come until special edition. But running this with disruptor pistols and troopers feels so nice to have your disruptor pistol and add 3 to that destiny, because it's like you hit them and then they're lost. Or else just having a blaster, maybe throw it on 1 force to cause opponent's character hit to be immediately lost is pretty good too. Love blaster proficiency. Ooh, what else do we love? What else do we love? We love Dark Deal. We love cards like Dark Deal and Echo Base Operations. This is the first time the Imperials really have an Echo Base Operations of their own. And it's well balanced. It's incredibly hard to pull off. You have to control 3 sites on Cloud City. And you have to control the sector. So you have to have space and land and control them. But once you get it out, your drains are +2, power +4, immune to alter effect. Cool card. Opponent occupies 4 bestman locations, cancels it. Pretty balanced. It's cancelable. You can cancel it. Easy. Good card. Made a lot of cool theme decks later and gets even more powerful with objectives. Same line. Haven, it's a cool card for the light side. Again, the game's moving in the right direction. You know, themes like go to Hoth. Your ships are deploy -2. Your pilots deploy -1. So you can throw out your Corvettes cheap. Throw out all your pilots cheap. And you add a destiny there, you know, but if they control it, then you lose the effect. Cool card, you can make a deck around it, especially once Jabba's Palace comes out and you get the starting interrupt. All right, what do we have here? Whoa, Piggy's Chamber. They made a card specially for our boy Jet, because he's a hungry boy. If you control Blue Milk, Baru Stew, Yoda Stew are doubled, and guess who's eating them? Jack is eating it up. And that's why we love the dining room. It's a dark side card, but really, it's a secret light side card. And we love the dining room.
Sideshow Bob has no decency. He called me Chief Piggum. Now I get it. Good.
All right. 3 left. One of my favorite cards in the set, Redemption. Yeah, it's not that good, but I love the Nebulon B Frigate. It's such a cool card. Deploy for 6, forfeit 6. So again, it's not even as good as a uncommon 2 Corvette from Premier. They could have made it forfeit 8, deploy for 6. But you know, I love Baka Tank, Patience, deploy free here, so you can get a wedge loop going. Your wedge is forfeit 6. He goes to the Baka Tank. He's right back the next turn. Or you get a Obi-Wan Kenobi loop. They could have 10, 15 more power than you in space, and you're just deploying your Obi-Wan to the Redemption every turn, over and over and over and over. Pretty cool card, like it. Hyperspeed 4, armor 5. Not bad. I enjoy the picture. Loved it. I got it as in a pack as a kid, and I loved it. Second favorite card in the set. You know it was coming. You thought it was going to be first, but it is second. Boba Fett. Look at that picture. What a great card. Everybody loves it. The only qualms I have with it is it's weak. Sure, it's great if you're retrieving forfeit, like if you're retrieving captives for their forfeit, but really, it's not that he can fly, nice, but deploy for 5, forfeit 6. Imperials really don't have any super characters since Vader. Arguably, this was going to be the next big main for the dark side, but it's not even as good as Tarkin. Really. Power 3 to a starship, that's great. Slave 1, 2 to the maneuver, adds that. He should just add a destiny like Captain Han. Not just, he's nothing special, but the art makes it cool, and it's an iconic card. Love the card. It's kind of hard to run him in most decks that aren't specifically designed for bounty hunters. All right, you know what it is. We know what the best card is. It was no contest. It was Captain Han. Look at that picture. Look at his little face. Wow, what a treat. Deploy for 4. Forfeit 7. Incredible. Forfeit 7. Boba Fett deployed for 5, forfeit 6. No. Captain Han, 1 cheaper, 7 forfeit. Oh, and guess what? Captain Han adds a destiny when he's on the Falcon. And 2 to the maneuver. Nice try. You're going to try to Talon roll him now? Oh, and he can force a redraw. And I like that it costs 2 force. It's not just free like some mains. It's like they make so many cards worthless and then they give mains 100 good things. No, they made it a little bit more balanced. Sure, the only bad thing about it is you only can deploy him to the Falcon, Hoth, or Cloud City. That's not that big a deal because this is Space Han anyway. And you're mostly going to just pull him with the Millennium Falcon if you're running squadron assignments. And if you're just playing a Cloud City Premier through Cloud City tournament, you're going to run 2 of them anyway, maybe even 3. So damn good. Put a little Han's Toolkit on there. Ooh, what a treat. I love Han's Toolkit with Captain Han on there. You're not going to touch that ship. That thing has insane maneuver. But my favorite card of the set, Captain Han Solo. Can't get enough of him. There you have it. Another semi-exciting list. So, I'll be taking a break for a few months. 2 months from now, we're going to be giving away another 12 starter decks. We're going to be doing starter deck giveaway at the end of every video. We're coming out with Season 2. It's going to be the best. These are just interim videos to hold you over, but I got some ideas for the next 10 or 12 episodes. We'll be giving away starter decks, and it's going to be great. The Jar Jar Binks counter is up to, I think when I did the Jar Jar Binks video, I had 180 Jar Jar Binks, or 70. I'm up to like 240 now. So getting almost to that 360 binder, full complete binder, and we'll have to do another Jar Jar Binks because there's so much information about Binks that, quite frankly, got excluded from the first video, and we need to revisit it, I think. No. So, Gemp League's going on right now. Loving the Retro League. The Hoth League's going to wrap up in 2 weeks. Been really cool to play that. Looking forward to the premiere of the Special Edition tournament. It's coming out. So check Star Wars CCG forums for these tournaments coming up. Peace. Wait. Nationals in Minneapolis, March 31st. They're having a premiere through Death Star 2 retro event. I'm definitely going to try to make it. That's going to be sick. So get to Minneapolis, March 31st, Friday night at premiere through Death Star 2 retro event. Hopefully it's a big turnout. It'll be killer. See you guys.